Yeah, welcome to Majalisa. My name is Rimamnde Shaulu. This week we are donating our space to Dr. Bala J Takaya, the former secretary to the government of Gongola State during the Second Republic, as well as a former lecturer at the Ahmadu Bello University and at the University of Jos. Before he died, he was the president of the Middle Belt Forum. He spoke to Middle Belt youths in Jos in 2014. And what he told the youth then is exactly what community leaders are now telling their youths in various parts of the Middle Belt. Of course, for those who need a small background of Dr. Bala Takaya, he was the co-editor of the popular book called Kaduna Mafia, the book that sent shockwaves around the country then. The other co-author, Dr. Sonny Theoden, former deputy governor of Plateau State, died recently. I present to you Dr. Bala Takaya.
To come and surrender all the den guns, all the weapons of defense that they had, because it is illegal to possess firearms. When men are disarmed and Boko Haram comes, how do they fight back? If the hunters didn't have their den guns, could they have shown the Boko Haram the way out of Mubi, Gombe, and other places? While the military was running away, it was the hunters that were able to roll back Boko Haram before the military came to mop up. And that is the kind of thing we have to prepare for. We have to be partners with the military. The military cannot be everywhere. So we must survive. But our survival is being threatened. Our ownership of the land is being threatened. Every night, a Birom man is attacked in his village here in Plateau. A village is tackled and 2 or 3 or 4 people are killed. By the time that the organized military could come, the culprits have run away. And if neighbors came with their daggers, with their dengos to come and say, who did this? The military will now meet them and say, aha, some people are carrying arms, they are the ones. Then the sons of the land are again arrested, beaten up, and their weapons are taken away, while the culprits have gone away. Isn't it what is happening? Yes, we need a ruler who will understand our plight. That ruler can only be somebody like Jonathan. He must understand that we are not being properly defended. The military must learn to cooperate with our people. Therefore, our youth must be lightly armed, under license. In fact, if a sensible ruler comes, he should be able, under this extreme situation, to number the guns, supply it to our community leaders, whether it is churches or mosques, and then distribute. When these arms are distributed to the youth, Boko Haram dares not come here. But it will take a ruler that is interested in you, not a ruler that wants to possess you. You may not know why the Birom are being roasted every night. You may not know. The Birom themselves may not know. Jang himself, who is the governor now, may not know the reason why. Maybe the governor of Nasarawa knows why farmers are being roasted out of their land. But certainly, the governors in Benue and other places, Kogi, may not even know why some Fulani night marauders will come and kill people on the farms and burn their houses. The simple reason is our land is grazeland. The desert cannot support cattle economy. They need grazing space here. Plateau is a beautiful grazing land. No tsetse flies, no insects. Cattle, cattle health is guaranteed here. But the natives have, settled in all, corners of the land. It is their native land. They must be made to leave the place. If every day they come and chase away a few, burn some of the villages, and there is no defense, then these villagers will begin to pack their things away and go further apart and leave their farmlands for grazing. Am I talking to somebody? Yes, sir. The same thing when you go to Nasarawa. The land is beautiful, but it must be grazed. And somebody must own it, not the owners. If farmers are chased away from their crops this year, next year they come again and chase them away from their crops. The third year, will they come back? The land lies fallow. What will happen? It will be grazing land. That's what the Boko Haram of our days, of our old grandfathers' days did. Our people had to, resort to going to mountains, leave their beautiful farmland. The only question that we had was, there were not enough Fulani graziers to occupy our land at that time. But now they have enough of them. And they said those that cannot, those lands that cannot be occupied, they will go and import from Cameroon. Their farm. The following year they are not there. Graziers will move in quietly. They will lay their camps there. Then they will possess the land. By the rule of land ownership under our system, they can certificate it and it becomes their own. Isn't it? Are you aware that there is a draft for a law in the National Assembly for grazing lands? Yes. Whose lands are these? Our lands. So a law is going to be made to dispossess us. Youth, am I talking to you? Yes. That is the question now we have to ask ourselves. Gradually, we are being eased out of our land. Gradually, our land is being taken over. But the most painful one is the one that is coming through the ballot box. Today, we are allowed as good hosts, settlers, to be among us on our lands. They are trading among us. They are grazing their land among us. They are even cultivating our land. But because they are carpetbaggers, they are fortune seekers, they are wiser than us. Market-wise, they are wiser. Commercially, they are wiser. Network-wise, they are networked. So they make money on our land. They are now the richer people among us. How many of our people can boast of being millionaires? How many of them are big businessmen? The reason is because the carpetbaggers have closed the accesses to commerce, to industry, and what have you, and sentenced us to agriculture. And the very agriculture that we are practicing, they are now taking away the land from us. Isn't it? Nigerian politics is money politics. If you have money in your pocket, you can win election. And what they are telling us is every citizen settled on our land is also an indigenous. Isn't that what they are saying? If every settler is now indigenous, well, we don't deny them their citizenship. They must enjoy the right of citizenship of Nigeria among us. But to say they are indigenous, what are they going at? The first thing is, next election, they will put up themselves for election. Because they have the money, they will out-mobilize you. Because they have the money, they will win election by default, even by buying the ballots. Because they have the money, they will represent you at the National Assembly. Because they are your representatives, they will make laws that will dispossess you back at home. Isn't that the implication? Am I talking to the youth? Youth, the land on which you are is not your father's property. It's not your father's land. Please mark my words properly. You must not handle it carelessly, because it is not heritage from your father. It is land that belongs to your children and your grandchildren. They are the ones who loan this land to you. You are holding it on loan from your grandchildren. If you carelessly allow somebody else to take it over, when they get born, onto what land are they getting born? Which land is going to be theirs now? So treat the land well. Treat the earth well. It is not my wisdom. It is a Tanzanian wisdom. Treat the earth well. It is not your father's land. It was loaned to you by your children and your grandchildren. But careless custody is something that God himself hates. I want to assure you, if you are careless, somebody else can occupy the land. He loves our opponents like he loves us. He has given us the land because he believes it is in our interest. But if you are careless about it, somebody who needs it more than you and you cannot defend it will take it from you. So the law of survival is self-preservation. And we must practice that self-preservation. The second law of survival is the universal principle of self-preservation, which I have talked about, and you must not be wrestled out of your land. The third principle is territoriality. It's not your father's land. Please mark my words properly. You must not handle it carelessly, because it is not heritage from your father. It is land that belongs to your children and your grandchildren. They are the ones who loan this land to you. You are holding it on loan from your grandchildren. If you carelessly allow somebody else to take it over, when they get born, onto what land are they getting born? Which land is going to be theirs now? So treat the land well. Treat the earth well. It is not my wisdom. It is a Tanzanian wisdom. Treat the earth well. It is not your father's land. It was loaned to you by your children and your grandchildren. But careless custody is something that God himself hates. I want to assure you, if you are careless, somebody else can occupy the land. He loves our opponents like he loves us. He has given us the land because he believes it is in our interest. But if you are careless about it, somebody who needs it more than you and you cannot defend it will take it from you. So the law of survival is self-preservation. And we must practice that self-preservation. The second law of survival is the universal principle of self-preservation, which I have talked about, and it must not be wrestled out of your land. The third principle is territoriality. What does territoriality mean? Whoever is squatting on a piece of land first is the owner of that land, isn't it? First come, first serve. We came to the land first. God planted us there first. Why should you give it away? Even certificate of occupancy is given on first ownership right, isn't it? Certificate of occupancy means the person who owns it first is the one that must have a right of ownership, and therefore he certificates it. And that is a defensive mechanism against the stronger person that will want to push you off your land. And this is a universal principle that is coded by nature itself. Now, if you, something that happens practically in your home, if you can cast your mind back, even animals practice territoriality. Do you have a dog in the house? Do you have a dog? Observe that dog. No matter how small he is, when another dog comes from the neighborhood, he dares not come and play around the way he wants in his territory. I began to wonder when I was in the university campus. I had very heavy dog, Alsatian. In the evenings I used to walk it out and come back. But I had neighbors along the route who had pint-sized dogs, very small dogs. When we arrive in their territory, they come out fuming. How? Who brought you here? How dare you? This is a midget native dog shouting at an Alsatian, this big. And you know, my dog, his name is Smart. Smarty will come round me the other side and leave that side and tuck his tail in. Then I will wonder, Smarty, you as big as you are afraid of that one? I didn't know that there's a code that dogs themselves follow. He is trespassing on somebody's territory. But no matter how big the other dog is when we get back home, no dog dares come our compound. Because he will just, grab him and maul him and throw him away. That is how strong Smarty was. But he can't stand it with a midget outside there because he is trespassing. Birds, if you have a tree in your house, in the morning observe these birds, or even in the afternoon. When you hear some spirited song by birds, they are not just singing, they are asserting their territory. What they are saying is, this territory is my own. My nest is here. Nobody should come here except the woman that I love. That's all that is saying. If a rogue male bird decides to come, there will be prowling that time. There will be such a struggle. Sometimes in my compound, I will go and even pick them while they are fighting on the ground because they will finish the aerial battle. They will fall down. And they are oblivious of me this time because somebody is defending his territory. But when the girls come, he will show them the nest that he built and take them around. And then that is his territory. So that is territoriality. Even snakes that bite you. If you carelessly walk in the dark on a pathway and the snake bites you, most of the time it's not his fault. He's not just being wicked. You are disturbing him. You are disturbing his territory. He has set up his trap for his food, waiting for the rat to come. Then here you come, baja baja. And because you are disturbing his territory and his economy. Now, youth, there is no other land for you to turn to. Defend your land. Don't go and cast your vote carelessly. Don't come counting to me like last time here. Somebody was saying, I will vote this Jonathan again, and he didn't help us. Look at how we mobilized Adamawa for him. He didn't even remember who you are. If there was anybody who didn't benefit from Jonathan, it is me. But if there is anybody who fought for him and took his project personal, it was me, and I'll do it again. You may not have invested as much as I did into Jonathan. When the northern, to go and echo it in Jigawa, we got angry. Under the leadership of former Senate President Ebute Ame, 16 of us came together. We challenged that pronouncement from the north. We called ourselves Movement for Awareness and Change. Our brothers in the South noticed what we were doing. Then we brought ourselves together. We decided to create a bigger umbrella, Congress for Equality and Change. It is the principles of that Congress that gave birth to the thinking about neighbor-to-neighbor campaign for Jonathan. And Jonathan won. When Jonathan was going to contest 2011, I staked out my neck, even my security, even my safety, to go and challenge somebody who I had already seen had put up a plan, evil plan, to take away the delegates from him with evil amount of money, with illegal money. And Jonathan was not prepared for that kind of expenditure. But I knew those ill-gotten wealth, and I knew the source. I took the matter to court. I cannot have this kind of ruler over me because we will be jeopardized. I personally will feel my self-preservation is compromised. I took the matter to court. Jonathan didn't send me. Jonathan didn't pay for me. I never asked Jonathan for a kobo for that. When Jonathan won, I felt gratified because what I was looking forward to has happened. As I'm talking to you right now, between me and God, I have not had a one-on-one with Jonathan. Never. And I have not asked for one, let alone any benefit from him. In spite of what we have done, in spite of the kind of battle we had to fight in Adamawa, Adamawa had a sitting PDP governor. He went and collected Jonathan's campaign funds and went, distributed it from mosque to mosque. No Muslim should vote an infidel. But those of us who are outside PDP, I'm not PDP, mind you, up till now. Those of us outside PDP felt no. Voting Jonathan is what is right for us. So we mobilized our own kind of people. And we were more in number. And we defeated Nyako. Even right to his word. He got He beat me, let me call it me, because I mobilized a group. He beat me by 12 votes in his ballot box. But I beat him in his ward. I beat him in his local government. And we beat him in Adamawa for Jonathan. He didn't ask power. Again, we now have to up our game. I have already let out the fact that we must work towards 2019. We have all that it takes. We have all that it takes. Nigeria is literally sitting on the middle belt. It is feeding on the middle belt. It is the granary of this country. Take away middle belt, how will Nigeria feed itself? Can the desert produce enough food? The southern zones can produce some food, but not all kinds of food that can sustain the country. Maybe yams, maybe cocoyam, maybe palm oil. But even this, we have it in abundance in the middle belt. We are the food basket of this nation. Are we being appreciated for it? When it comes to minerals, our mineral hydrocarbon has not yet been exploited. There are some, yes, even in places like Gombe. They are not yet exploited. But we are the land of solid minerals. And solid mineral is mineral of power. Any country that doesn't have solid minerals like iron ores will have to go buying costly from outside in order to prepare her war munitions, in order to feed her industries, in order to build her cars, in order to structure.
Well, that was Dr. Bala Takaya. He took time to explain to the young people who were gathered there, they need to help their communities. They need to protect their communities. They need to protect the land that God had given them. He told them not to be sleeping. And of course, the problems that he foresaw are happening. We are witnessing increased attacks of several Middle Belt states. Not long ago, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was in Benue State. And unfortunately, the president went ahead to say almost exactly what President Muhammadu Buhari told the people of Benue State, that they need to make peace. Who are they supposed to make peace with? People that come in the night to fight them when they are sleeping. Why is it difficult for the federal government to understand that there's a link between the terrorism going on in the northwest and in the northeast and the ones that are taking place in places like Plateau, Southern Kaduna, Benue, and Nasarawa states? Well, what is your opinion of what Dr. Bala Takaya spoke in 2014? Do you agree with him, or you think that he did not understand what was happening, or that there is a difference between what happened then and what is happening today? Well, we would like you to share our video, to like our videos, and to also subscribe to our channel. We welcome your views. You can just go to the comment section and tell us your views. One of these days, we will share your comments on our live stream. Thank you. Till we see again next time. This is Majalisa, and my name is Rimamnde Shaulu.